Guys, it's Mrs. Kilby and Sammy, and we are going to be doing a story today called A Beetle is Shy. I love this author. She has a wonderful series of books, and they are very detailed, and the illustrations are very vivid and detailed as well. So the authors are Diana Aston and Sylvia Long, and we'll do a couple of their stories throughout this time. So this is called A Beetle is Shy. These are illustrations of all the different types of beetles around the world. And this is just a few of them because there are very many. This one right here, and I love the antennae of this beetle. This is a feathered longhorn beetle. A beetle is shy. Egg case of spotted tortoiseshell beetle is right here. A beetle is shy. It begins its life inside an egg, soft and wingless, tender, protected by the roots of trees and the underside of leaves. The egg hatches into a wiggling larva that feasts on plant and animal matter, growing quickly, shedding its hard outer skin or an exoskeleton many times as it gets bigger. We call those phases instar phases when they shed that exoskeleton and go into the next phase. Then the larva begins its transformation in a cocoon-like pupa where it develops wings and antennae. Finally, a beetle twists and turns, squirming free of the pupa's leathery skin, and its body and true colors emerge. So this is showing us the life cycle of a ladybug. So we start with the egg, and then we have, which is 6 to 7 days, then we have that first instar phase where the larva comes out of the egg, and the very first thing that they're going to eat is that shell of that egg. So 5 to 7 days later, we have that second instar larva phase, and then another 5 to 7 days, we go through the third, and then another 5 to 7, we have our fourth, and you can see the transformation. Not only is it growing larger and wider, but the color is getting more vivid also. So in the last 5 to 7 days, we're going to go into that pupa, which is like that cocoon. And then about a week later, 6 to 8 days, we have our beetle. This is a convergent lady beetle. So that's a different type of ladybug than we've read in our other stories so far. A beetle is a kaleidoscope. While many beetles are black or brown, some are iridescent. So that means they have a shimmer to their color, or shimmery and rainbow colored. A beetle is colossal. So this is showing us the largest beetle in the world, and that is a Titan beetle. One of the largest insects in the world is the Titan beetle. Has mandible or jaws, and that's right here, powerful enough to snap a pencil in half. And this beetle is over 6.5 inches long. Then we have the tiniest one. A beetle is a microscope. The smallest beetle and one of the smallest insects in the world is the North American feather-winged beetle, so tiny that it can pass through the eye of a needle. A beetle is tasty. There are many cultures around the world that eat insects because they're high in protein. Beetles are found in every continent in the world except for Antarctica. Because they are so plentiful and also rich in protein, they are eaten by humans all around the world. In the United States, you can snack on mealworm ice cream. In the Netherlands, you can try chocolate infused with mealworms. In India, they have stag beetle chutney. In Vietnam, coconut tree beetle larva soup. Thailand, walk fire dung beetle. In Papua New Guinea, roasted palm weevil larva, and in Australia, roasted longhorn beetle larva. A beetle is a digger. Some have legs that are wide and jagged for digging. Dung beetles are like bulldozers, rolling marble-sized balls of animal waste and burying them under the ground or on top of dung heaps. So if they bury them under the ground, that helps with fertilizing the soil for our plants. A beetle is a runner. Some beetles have long, slender legs made for speed. The tiger beetle, which is this beetle here, runs up to 2 feet per second. At that rate, this Olympian of the insect world can run 50 yards in just over 1 minute. A beetle is a hopper. Some beetles hop. Flea beetles, and this is a pigweed flea beetle, use their toes to catapult themselves about 13 inches high. Or a swimmer. Aquatic beetles seek meals of algae, insects, worms, tadpoles, and even small fish. Some have floated legs like paddles for swimming. And this is a water gliding rove beetle that this illustration is. Others glide like sailboats atop of ponds, and lakes or speed beneath the surface as if they were skating on glass ceilings. A beetle is telegraphic. Most beetles send messages to each other using chemicals called pheromones. The scent of pheromones act as a code that tells beetles where to find mates or food. Others talk to each other through squeaky, raspy sounds made by scraping their wings against their bodies. Fireflies communicate by bioluminescence or glowing lights. They flash their signals to attract a mate, defend their territory, and warn away predators. There's their firefly here. A beetle is guarded. Beetles keep themselves safe in many ways. The colors and shapes of some beetles, especially those that feed on plants, help them camouflage themselves or hide among leaves and bark. And this is an acorn weevil right here on that acorn. Some beetles protect themselves by emitting a liquid that is toxic or poisonous. True to its name, the blister beetle, and that's this beetle right here, secretes a toxin that burns the skin and causes swelling. Arrow poison beetles are so poisonous that hunters in some African tribes use the juice these beetles secrete on the tips of their small arrows to kill large animals. And this right here is that arrow beetle. Beetles also protect themselves through mimicry, using colors and shapes to warn away enemies. For instance, one type of harmless longhorn beetle looks exactly like a wasp. One kind of beetle, the bombarder beetle, releases a boiling spray that changes into gas, which stings the eye and creates a smoke screen to confuse its enemies. And that's right there. A beetle is helpful. Lady beetles, also known as ladybugs or ladybird beetles, and soldier beetles help keep plants healthy by eating aphids. So we have our ladybug here, and here's our soldier beetle. A ladybug is harmful. Weevils and other beetles eat leaves, stems, roots of plants, destroying many crops that humans rely on, such as corn, lettuce, wheat, cotton, and potatoes. In homes, spider beetles, that's this beetle here, about the size of a grain of rice, feed on wool, cereal, spices, bread, dried food, and even pet food. A beetle is prehistoric. This illustration is showing us beetles preserved in amber, which is fossilized tree resin. Fossils show that beetles inhabited Earth when dinosaurs did, which is almost 300 million years ago, making them millions of years older than butterflies, bees, and other insects. A beetle is armored. There are more than 1 million known species of insects on Earth, which is more than half of all known animal species. Nearly half of insects are beetles. Unlike other winged insects, beetles have a pair of hard outer wings called elytra that shield their delicate inner flight wings against heat, rain, and hungry predators. And this is a red speckled jewel beetle. So we have their abdomen here, and these are those hard outer wings. And inside here, those are the flight wings. Oh, what a beautiful illustration of morning glories. A beetle is shy. A newborn is soft, hungry, hurrying to seal itself in a cocoon where it can be still and cozy until it becomes what it is meant to be. This is a spotted tortoise beetle pupa. And then, look at that beautiful morning glory. A beetle is bold. So this is that spotted tortoise beetle. The end. And here's all of the different ones that we talked about. We have that large Titan beetle. We have the blister beetle, the green tiger beetle, the pygmy flea beetle that can jump fireflies. Soon we'll be seeing those at night around here. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. There were lots of interesting facts about beetles and how they live in different places throughout the world, including here. So maybe you'll be able to find some in your garden. I hope you enjoyed the story, and Sammy and I will be back with another story shortly. Take care. Bye.